Hello everyone, I'm Caroline and I'm so excited because Christmas is coming up very soon. Today is Christmas Eve. When I'm recording and putting this video out, I got some really quick and easy crafts for you and we're going to have a lot of fun. It's not going to take long, so these really are last minute decorations if you're in a hurry, or if you're watching this next year, then it gives you plenty of time to make lots and lots of decorations. Right. No time for chatting, let's get on with crafting. I've got a few different bits and pieces here for our first craft. I've got a candlestick, got various sized Christmas baubles, some pretty tinsel, and a star. And I'm probably going to use this beautiful little peacock thing. I'm not quite sure what it's supposed to be. I got this from the pound shop. That's a little bit like Dollar Tree, that sort of shop. Very cheap, 3 for £1. Put you a bit straighter. I think that's better. First thing we're going to do is take this big clear bauble, take the end off. I'm going to glue that in place on the centre of this candlestick. Depending on how permanent you want this to be, then that can tell you what glue to use. Hot glue is really quick, but it's not necessarily the longest lasting glue. So if you want it to last a little bit longer, use Bostik or E6000, something like that. Check it's central. Yep. Then I'm going to get this bauble, which is one size down. Take the end off, chop the sticky out bit off. Put some glue on there and glue this to the next bauble like that. Well, you can't really see that very well, can you? If I do that, we've got to this point. Oops, our hot glue hasn't cooled yet. And then we do the same with the next one. And then finally the smallest one. And turn it around and you can see then if it's leaning a little bit. That seems fairly straight. Now I'm not going to put the star on just yet because I've run out of space. So we're going to carry on with the rest of it. Now I'm going to get my tinsel. Add some hot glue all around the edge in sections. If you do it in one go, the hot glue will cool down before you get a chance to get your tinsel in place. You can do these in any colour theme. You could even do one more natural. You could use pine cones and put bits of greenery instead of tinsel. There are lots of different things you can do with this idea. I'm going to take this little birdie, whatever this little birdie happens to be. You may need to glue him to the bauble as well on the side to make him stand up. Mine keeps fainting. Let him cool. And then I'm just going to add a few little berries in front of him. Make him look like he's coming down for a festive treat. Like that. And now on the top, I'm going to take this Christmas star. It's a Christmas tree top, I think. Put hot glue on the inside. Not too far up, just near the edge. And put it on the top. Like that. If your star doesn't want to stay on the top of the tree, mine doesn't, take one of the little bauble things that you got, bauble hanger, and I'm going to glue that inside the star. Just up inside. Add more hot glue. And then I've got a lot more sticking surface to stick to the top of this very small bauble. Now I'm going to take my snowflake. I put one down, I can't find it anywhere. And I'm going to just stick these onto the clear bauble there. Just to add a little bit of interest. twisting 2 silver pipe cleaners together because they're not very thick. And then, this is very difficult to show you, I'm going to glue them around the joins. Not necessary, but it'll just neaten it up a little bit. And again, add a bit more interest. So there we got a super quick and easy Christmas decoration. I'm sure you could make one of those in no time at all. Right, let's see what this looks like up on my display. I'm going to go from quick and easy to super quick and easy. Get yourself a bottle, get yourself some tinsel, and get yourself a glue gun. And all you need to do is, using hot glue, glue some tinsel around a bottle. Whatever your colour scheme is, you can just pick that colour tinsel. It's really easy to do, really easy to make it coordinate with your decorations. And so fast you'll hardly notice as you made it. You'll think, oh, where did that come from? Oh yes, it was me. Put the glue a little bit thicker than you would normally because you want a little bit more tinsel to actually stick to the bottle, otherwise it could go saggy. And saggy tinsel on a bottle is never good. Are you excited about Christmas? I am. I love Christmas. A run of glue all around the neck. Whenever you need to do a lot of glue, you find your glue stick runs out. I don't know why, it always seems to happen, or it just feels like it always happens. Glue around the final run of tinsel. If you want to make this really cheap, then one, you can obviously reuse a bottle, an old bottle you've got from the kitchen or from one of the drinks you've had, and pop to the charity shop because they sell tinsel really cheaply, and this close to Christmas they're trying to sell it off, so you should get some real bargains. So there we got our tree. Now you can cut all this and make it a little bit neater. I love the shabby look. Now we need a star on the top, and I got this red star. I'm not sure what that was stuck on there. And you can cut this off, pull it off, do what you like. You don't need to because that's going to be hidden. Just cut that little hanger off it. And I'm just going to see where that sticks. Pop some hot glue where it'll be needed and poke it in the bottle. Now we need some baubles. Pull the ends off, but I would leave these on if I were you. It's much easier to glue them to tinsel if they got that little sticky out bit on. And then just add the baubles wherever you fancy adding baubles. You can add to the interest by putting some Christmas lights on if you want to. You can add different decorations. You can leave it plain. You certainly don't need baubles. If you haven't got a lot of baubles, then another thing you can do is just decorate the front. Don't worry about decorating all the way around unless you know you've got enough baubles. This is such fun to do and so fulfilling knowing that within minutes you've got yourself a gorgeous looking Christmas decoration that's taken hardly any time, hardly any effort. And as long as you buy your things from the thrift store or you use things you've already got, hardly any expense too. My biggest problem with this sort of thing is randomly placing the baubles. I am absolutely useless at random. Never looks right. I'll pop one in the middle there. It's sort of random. And there we've got a Christmas tree. Took hardly any time at all. And you can make it even faster without putting the baubles on. And I love it. I think it's gorgeous. let's see what this looks like up on my display. Ooh, look at the twinklies. For this project, I'm going to use another clear bauble and another candlestick. Take the end out of the bauble. I've got some little bits of tinsel here, and I'm going to pop these inside the bauble. That little bit of silver in, and then top up with the white. Add a little bit of interest, and I just think that looks much nicer than a clear bauble for this design. Add some glue and stick it into place. Out with the glue gun and add some tinsel all the way around the outside of the bauble. Take another little bird and pop this on the top. There's the blob of hot glue. I've got this stalk of winter berries. Look at the frosted look on those. Decide where you want your bird to be facing. I think that angle's good. And I'm going to add these little berries there, I think. Hot glue on there. Behind the tinsel, and then bring it out to the front of the tinsel. And then I think a little bow. You know me, any excuse for a bow. I just love these 2-loop bows. I may have said this a million times already. They're so easy to do. 2 loops, tie them in a knot, and you've got yourself a lovely bow. Glue that there on the candlestick. I'm going to turn my bird a little bit. He's a bit there. That's the angle I want him. Fortunately, the glue still hasn't cooled down. So there we have it. I think that's absolutely gorgeous. Very simple, country style, but also with a little bit of glitz and glam to it as well. So let's see what this looks like up on my display. I got this glass from a thrift store, and it's got some glue stuck in the bottom that I can't get out, but I don't mind because we're going to fill it up. I'm never going to use it as a glass. I've got some Oasis. I'm going to add these little baubles to the bottom, like that, and then pop in the Oasis on the top. Now when you look inside, you can see baubles rather than bits of Oasis. And now to hide the ugly bit with the Oasis, I'm just going to put a strip of ribbon around. This is 1.5" ribbon, which is perfect. Now all we need are a few florals to make a lovely decoration for the top of this glass. I'm going to start off with this. Pick how tall I want it to be. I'll lay this down. Pick how tall I want it to be. I don't want it overly tall because it will look out of proportion with the glass. Cut it there. And then pull a couple of these off so that I got enough to poke in the Oasis. And then poke it in the Oasis. Like that. I got these off an old garland, and I'm going to be cutting pieces of this for years. So it's a very economical thing to do. If you can find an old tatty garland in a thrift store or charity shop, pick it up and then cut all the ends off. Use those as picks. I'm just going to put a nice background of these just to give it some basis that you can't see the Oasis, and then we'll add some more pretties. Cover over any bits where you can see any oasis. Now you can carry on adding things if you like. I've got this remainder of a pick. If I wanted to, I could pop that in there. See what that looks like. Try it out. You can always pull it back out if you don't like it. No, I don't think I like that. Taking it back out. I like that there, so I'm going to put another one over this side. Just keep playing around with it until you're happy. I'm even going to put some of these that came off dotted in amongst the other bits and pieces, I think. Yes, I like that. Now you may think that these bits are a bit over the top, in which case just leave that sort of thing out. But I think that is gorgeous, and when you think how long that took me, hardly any time at all, and I think that looks as nice as anything you'll buy in a store, and it's a lot cheaper. Just use up your Christmas bits and pieces. So let's see what this looks like up on my display. For this next craft, you'll need some cardboard circles. I got these, it's the centres of wreaths that I made out of cardboard. So I've had plenty of them here. I want to get a base about 1 centimetre deep because I'd like to put some edging on it, and it's difficult to put edging on something that thick. No other reason. With the Mod Podge, I'm just going to layer them together. You won't need a ton of glue, and you don't need to come right to the edges for this. It all depends how much time and care you want to put into it. Not that you shouldn't care about your craft, but if you're rushing, then the faster you can go, the better, obviously. Otherwise you wouldn't be rushing, and you'll get things done before Christmas. You don't want to wait till the 29th of December to have finished your Christmas decorations, really. This is the sort of thing you can do if you have your family coming around and there are some children and they're going to be bored. Then give them some Christmas things to do, some decorations, give them a pile of Christmas bits and pieces and say, there you go, see what you can come up with to decorate our Christmas table. I bet they'll have some lovely ideas. And you may even end up with heirloom decorations you're going to keep for years. You can do that with adults, actually. It hasn't got to just be the children. Because when you've all finished eating and there's nothing on the TV and conversation is starting to run out, dig out the craft things, see what people can come up with. So there we got our base. Now ideally you would leave this dry for a while. Now I'm going to get some of this snowy blanket. Now you can see there, again, another improvement you could make is to paint your pieces of cardboard white. I just trying to make these quick and easy. Oh, there we go. That's all you need to do is double up your blanket. So we'll do that. So cut out the snow blanket, bigger than the piece of cardboard. Turn it over. Now I'm not going to use Mod Podge for this because I want this to glue down pretty quickly. Again, if you've got time, you can use Mod Podge, you can use school glue, anything like that. And just put some weight on it until it's dry. I think I'll trim it a little bit more sensibly. Look at that, that's dedication. Normally I just leave things scruffy, but I'm going to try and tidy it up a little bit. And if you're very thrifty, you can keep all these bits. It's amazing what they come in useful for. And now, hot glue. and glue this into place. And the one advantage you've got of doing this is it's putting a little bit of tension onto the cardboard, because I'm not leaving it long enough to really dry properly. This is going to hold it together. In the ideal world, you would then finish this off with another piece of cardboard on top of all this, so that you didn't have all these lumpy bumpy bits on the bottom. But I don't have enough cardboard to do that, so we're going for lumpy bumpy bits on the bottom. Just one tip: if you know a crafter but you're never quite sure what to buy them, one thing you can always buy a crafter is adhesive. If they use a glue gun, glue sticks are a fabulous gift for a crafter. Or Aleene's tacky glue, school glue, E6000. Glue is one of those things that we always use tons and tons of. So now all the very well behaved people have put an extra layer on here. I don't want to put like brown paper because it's not going to stop it being all springy and bouncy and a little bit wonky. So I'm just going to go with it. And around the outside, I'm going to add a layer of ribbon.
In my ear, jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing just you and me.
At this point, you can just have a lot of fun. I've got this box of Christmas trees and I've got a tub of penguins. So I'm going to glue Christmas trees and penguins all over this base. Pick a variety of sizes of trees and then glue the bases in place in a sort of winter wonderland-y looking scene type scene. So I'm now going to cut the end off and try that. Oh yes, that works very well. Other than all that hot glue is pulling them back off again. I got it everywhere. Right, so I'm going to go for that method. I always find it's very difficult to stick trees to bouncy snow. It seems to be the perfect answer, for me anyway. Now I've got two little clumps of trees. Now to add my penguins. These I think are off a board game or something. A child's board game. I had them in this tub. I think I paid £1 for the whole tub with all the bits and pieces in. So now I'm just going to dot some humorous penguins, enjoying the winter scene. Change of plan, as I always do. I'm going to add this little Christmas gift decoration there, and then I can have the penguins coming to look at the Christmas gift. Think, ooh, what's that? And one of them is very nosy, and I'm putting him on top of the Christmas gift. Now I know that may not be everybody's idea of a wonderful scene, but I just think it's cute, and I'm using what I've got. I'm using up the last of my Christmas stock. And everything's a little bit wobbly on the snow, but it is firmly fixed. And you can add anything you like. You can decorate these trees. You can add a Santa on a sleigh, anything you fancy. And this is great fun if you've got children who want to help, and they can help to design where everything goes, but be very careful if they're going to use our glue gun. I never recommend glue guns for children. I'm bad enough and I'm an adult. I'm always burning myself. Let's see what this looks like up on my display.
Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing just you and me.
I think that easily fulfilled the requirements of fast and easy. And, oops, he's a bit wonky. He's supposed to be there. I've so enjoyed making them. I hope you try some of these out. Don't worry if you haven't got long. As you can see, they're minutes to make these sort of things. And it's a good way of using up all those scrap bits and pieces that you have around from all the other Christmas crafting you've done and you're not quite sure what to do with. Have a wonderful Christmas. A huge thank you to everybody who's watched, commented, liked, subscribed to my channel. I really do appreciate all of you, and it's at times like this at Christmas that we can stop and think of those things we appreciate. And I do appreciate you. Right, I've got lots of cleaning up to do now. There's glitter everywhere, and then I've got to start on my Christmas preparations. Have a wonderful Christmas, a fabulous New Year. And I'll see you all next time. But until then, don't forget, have fun. Bye.